You wake up, the alarm blaring at the exact same minute it has for the last 3 years, and you feel nothing. It isn't sadness. Sadness is an event, a weight you can point to and name. This is different. This is a quiet, suffocating vacancy where your pulse used to be. You look in the mirror and see someone who has mastered the art of functioning without existing. You brush your teeth, you apply the moisturizer, you choose the neutral-colored shirt that signals I am a reliable professional, and you step out into a world that demands you participate in your own life. But you are just a ghost haunting your own skin. Does it scare you, the way you can navigate a full day of meetings, casual banter, and trivial decisions while feeling like you are watching yourself through a thick, fogged-up pane of glass? It is the most terrifying kind of stability, a life that looks perfectly constructed on the outside, while the foundation underneath has long since turned to dust. The morning coffee tastes like bitter water, even though it's the brand you've always liked. You sit at your desk, the glow of the monitor reflecting in your eyes, and you go through the motions. How was your weekend? A colleague asks. You have the answer ready, a perfectly curated, non-threatening anecdote about a book you read or a walk you took. You deliver it with a practiced smile that reaches your lips but dies before it hits your eyes. They believe it, of course. Why wouldn't they? You are the embodiment of doing fine. You are the one who never complains, the one who is always there, the one who keeps the machine running. But behind that calm, calculated exterior, there is a frantic, silent static. It's the sound of a mind that has spent too long monitoring its own performance, trying to convince itself that this hollow sensation is just fatigue or a temporary rut. You are waiting for something to happen, a crack, a spill, a confrontation, anything to break this monotony and force you to feel something, even if it is pain. You walk home as the sky turns that bruised, indigo color of twilight. People are laughing in restaurants, they are leaning into each other, their bodies vibrating with genuine connection. You watch them like an anthropologist studying a foreign species. There is an ache in your chest, but it is dull, distant, as if it belongs to someone else. You wonder when the color drained out. Was it all at once, in a sudden catastrophe, or was it a slow leak, day by day, leaving you with nothing but the shape of a person? You stop at a crosswalk, and for a fleeting second, you imagine simply stopping in the middle of the road, letting the traffic flow around you, waiting to see if anyone would notice that the person standing there has completely detached from the physical world. Your phone vibrates in your pocket, a notification from a friend, a trivial update. You ignore it. You don't have the energy to perform the role of a friend tonight. You don't have the energy to translate your nothingness into a language they would understand. In the solitude of your apartment, the silence becomes loud. It presses against your ears, demanding to be acknowledged. You pace the floor, tracing the lines of the wooden boards with your feet, trying to find a rhythm to ground yourself. You think about the things you used to love, the music that made your heart swell, the hobbies that consumed your weekends, the way you once felt so vividly about the small details of existence. Those memories feel like tales told about a stranger. You reach out to touch them, but they dissolve under your fingertips, leaving you grasping at the air. You look at your bookshelves, your unwashed dishes, your neatly folded laundry, the artifacts of a person who is trying so hard to convince the world they are still here. But the person who bought those books is gone. The person who cared about the color of the curtains is a ghost. You are just a shell, meticulously maintained, moving through the motions of a life that no longer feels like your own. You lie in bed, the ceiling a vast, dark canvas above you. This is when the overthinking hits its peak, the endless, circular questioning that leads nowhere. Why is it so hard to just be? Why does the internal silence feel more exhausting than the noise of the day? You analyze your past choices, your personality, your failures, looking for the exact moment the light went out, hoping to find a culprit. Was it the career pressure? The failed relationships? The way you taught yourself to hide every vulnerability until you forgot how to be vulnerable even with yourself? You realize that your survival mechanism has become your prison. You became so good at protecting yourself from disappointment that you accidentally walled off the capacity for joy, excitement, and messy, beautiful reality. You are trapped in the safe zone, and it is starving you. You are hungry for a feeling that isn't manufactured, something that isn't filtered through the lens of your own expectations and anxieties. The irony is not lost on you. You are surrounded by comfort. You have food in the fridge, a roof over your head, and a career that is on track. By every metric that matters to the world, you are a success. You are the poster child for stability. And yet, you would trade all of it for just one day of feeling raw, terrified, and alive. You are tired of being the anchor that never moves, the static point in a moving world. You are tired of the exhaustion that comes from holding it all together when there is nothing left to hold. The mask is becoming too heavy to wear, but you are terrified of taking it off, because you don't know if there is anything left underneath. You fear that if you peel back the layers, you will find only more silence, more emptiness, more nothing. You fall asleep not because you are peaceful, but because your brain has finally run out of questions to ask, and you wake up tomorrow to do it all over again, hoping, against all logic, that the numbness might finally break. It is a quiet, brutal realization. You have become an expert in the aesthetics of living, while having completely forgotten the act of feeling. You are the architect of your own isolation, building walls so thick that not even you can find the door. You've mistaken safety for peace, and that is why you are still here, standing in the middle of a life that fits you like a suit of armor that has rusted shut. You are not broken in the way people talk about brokenness, you are simply absent. And perhaps the most honest thing you can finally admit is that you aren't afraid of the world anymore, you are only afraid that you have forgotten how to be part of it. The mask fits perfectly, but the face beneath is gone. Everything is perfectly under control, yet I am completely lost.